Here's Jacqueline Glenn. She's a really left-leaning YouTuber. She doesn't like guns. Alright, here we go.
Ugh, can someone please create a filter that's like, I'm not a mom that's exhausted. These bags, though. But you know who really
Okay, yeah, not funny.
needs one of those, like, I'm not old and tired filters? Biden.
I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream.
We'll get into that later, because this video is going to go through a whole series of emotions from just my utter confusion at the state of the world to my absolute complete disgust for most politicians. I live in Tennessee.
Okay, then why not be an ANCAP then? Or even a minarchist if you truly hate most politicians yet you're on the left.
You guys know that by now because I keep making video after video about books getting banned, books getting burned, drag getting banned, all the things. Everything is banned, not guns though. And one
Oh, okay, look, Jacqueline, you want the freedom to read what you want, express your sexuality without being harassed by the law. You don't want people in drag to, like, be stopped or anything. Yet, when it comes to people's right to bear arms, protect themselves with the tool of their choosing, if it happens to be a gun, you want the government to take that away. How is that fair? How? I mean, you don't want your rights taken away, yet you want to take other people's rights taken away. That's not how it works. You don't pick and choose how people are you don't pick and choose how people are to be free. If they have a right to do something, if they have a freedom, you just leave that shit alone. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you don't support freedom in its totality of doing whatever you want, as long as you're not harming another person, you don't truly believe in freedom. At least not in a logically consistent way. So anyways, onwards.
one of the lead players in all the anti-LGBT movements going on, Lieutenant Governor McNally, just came out and apologized for liking a young boy's Instagram photos that were
Yeah, okay, that's not good.
very suggestive. I mean, I'm not shocked. So he apologizes after repeatedly commenting on racy Instagram posts. Tennessee Republican Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally has confirmed that for a little while he has been liking and leaving comments on social media photos.
Okay, this part really isn't about guns, so I'm just gonna go skip it.
Right down the street from me. I did not make a video on this because I just feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. It's pretty devastating to hear about the Nashville shooting. Now this is, right down the street from me. I did not make a video on this because I just feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable making a video about something like that. The only reason why I'm talking about it right now is because recently a massive number of students came out to protest what happened, and I thought that was just a beautiful thing. And before we get into that and my complaints about it, because I do have a few, I cannot skip over how poorly Joe Biden has handled the situation. Like, it makes me angry to my core.
Well, he's Joe Biden. He handles everything poorly. What's there to be surprised about? Anger, yes, but to be surprised, yeah.
Out to talk about this school shooting that happened and handles it like the whole thing's a fucking joke. I'm just gonna play the whole clip and watch it with you.
My name is Joe Biden.
Well, yeah, duh.
Dr. Joe Biden's husband.
Uh-huh.
And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip.
Yeah, ice cream.
I
Okay,
came down
forget
because I
it.
heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. You think I'm kidding? Came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah, he's joking about his fucking chocolate chip ice cream. Hilarious. This is like the only thing me and Jacqueline Glenn agree upon is that I'm joking about chocolate chip ice cream, just joking. In general, it's cringy.
By the way,
That's it.
I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. You
Yeah.
think I'm kidding? I'm not. God. Ben, how are you, pal? One of the best guys in the United States Congress, Ben Cardin. Folks, welcome to the White House.
Monday. I don't even have words. That just felt like the most disrespectful way. It did not feel like he was about to talk about a tragedy. It didn't. It felt like he was about to just give some late update on, I don't know, taxes or something that isn't just completely gut-wrenching. But no, he came out to talk about a school shooting, and it just felt like, even in his introduction, I'm Joe Biden, and people laugh. Like, Like it was like a laugh track to an episode of Friends or something weird. It wasn't the right reverence that you should have for a situation like this. I mean, he comes out.
You can't expect politicians to have reverence for this stuff. You can't. If politicians truly had reverence for the slain, then they wouldn't ban guns, they wouldn't try to restrict how people defend themselves. They just leave people the hell alone and let people defend themselves however they choose, whichever way works.
He talks about fucking ice cream. I have to, at this point, I don't think there's malice in something like this. He has just got to be senile, honestly. Like,
He is.
I feel for him. I feel like his family should never have put him in the position to, be the president of the United States if they noticed things going wrong, which I'm sure they had to have.
The voters put him in power, okay? Oh, okay, it could be some of his family too with elitist connections on that, but overall, well, at least the voters have some role in putting him into power, so I'd blame them for that too.
Like, this is just beyond acceptable. The audience, what the hell is wrong with the people in the audience? Do you know what you're there for? This is not a cold open. This is supposed to be addressing a mass shooting, a tragedy. Children died. I watched the body cam footage of the cops. And I held it together. I was very emotional about this whole thing, but I held it together and I just looked at it again. I got emotional when I watched the body cam footage of the cops. They were effective. Thank you to our law enforcement who, they quickly respond to things like this. I don't think they could have done it much better. They were in and out. It was like a minute and they had...
You know what else is better than good cops stopping mass shooters? Armed civilians. Armed civilians save far more people than first responders at mass shootings, and they save more people far faster. And yeah, you don't want people to be armed. You just want them to wait for the cops. Ban all these guns. Only the cops can have them. Wait for them to save people, rather than have the cops supplement people to protect themselves and each other. You're not making any sense, Jacqueline. I'm sorry, but when you only want the cops to be the protectors of people, at least by proxy, you're not getting how logical that is.
Had the shooter down. And just watching it, it wasn't graphic, everything was sort of blurred, but it did show the shooter going down. It hit me then, the height of my emotion hit me then. I don't know why, but something about it it's so scary, and watching that, it felt so much more real. Even though I took it seriously, that just really made me think about my own child and how hard that would be. And there are parents now that don't have their kid anymore. And fucking Joe Biden, I just can't forgive that.
People can protect their own children with guns. You can protect your child with guns. You should think about that.
I cannot forgive that, but my heart goes out to everybody that was affected, and I really stand strong in support with all those students who went out to protest this.
Monday morning.
Here we go. Yeah, ban AR-15. Ban the AR-15. Okay, yeah. Here comes the good part, folks. They're protesting for their rights to be taken away, and your rights to be taken away for being armed. Here we go.
At 10:13 a.m., marking the time the first 911 calls came in a week ago, students from around the city staging a walkout, marching to the Tennessee state capitol to call for tougher gun laws.
We want gun control, and we want it now. How many more? 6 are dead. How many more? 6 are dead.
How many more kids are dead is what they're chanting. It really does feel, and I've seen people say this, but it does feel like there are people out there that put more of a priority on guns than they do children.
Okay, well, that's because that's not the way to look at it at all, okay? It's not about guns over children. It's about using guns to protect children and anyone else. And plus, you can like both. You can revere both, too. But you don't get that. You act like they're just being so selfish when you're the one that's being selfish. When you're the one that doesn't really want to go for something that really protects people. When you act like that they're revering an object over people when they really want to protect those people with said object. And it's okay to revere guns. They're what protect you, or what can be used to protect you very well. You can protect what you find precious, your children, other people, your property, what have you, and you want to vilify them. That's not cool.
Conservatives are so concerned at life beginning at conception, But then when it comes to actually protecting children who are just going to school, nah, can't take my guns.
The rally.
Well, you see, Jacqueline, they want to use guns to protect people, okay? They do care about the children. I mean, I'm pro-choice, so you throwing in that abortion thing, it may be kind of a red herring or kind of irrelevant. I'm just letting you know I'm pro-choice. We get into the subject matter, as invasive as that may be for, like, conservatives, Republicans to be pro-life. In terms of caring about children, by protecting them with guns, they're definitely on the mark with that. And you're not.
Taking place as Tennessee Governor Bill Lee called for enhanced legislation and funding to place an armed security guard in every Tennessee public school.
Oh, look, there's Randy in the background.
Students marched all the way to the Tennessee Capitol in Nashville just days after a shooter killed 6 people, including 3 9-year-old kids, at a nearby private Christian school. They demanded lawmakers take action to prevent another tragedy like this from happening again.
Look at this man walking out, being escorted by a police officer. Like, he's got his hand on his shoulder like he's scared. What, are you scared that the kids are gonna get you? You're scared that the little, kids with their signs are gonna come get you? Because I'm pretty sure they're the ones that are scared right now. And guess who's not protecting them? Your ass hiding behind a cop. But then again, we did.
Okay, then why rely on the government for your protection? Why not have a gun of your own to protect your own self and other people? It should be apparent to you by now, the government isn't really there to protect people, and yet you don't want people to be able to protect themselves because you don't want them to have guns. You don't want guns.
They have some that stood with the protesters, and now they're going to have to pay for it.
Some even stopped to encourage the protesters.
This is the voice of the people.
Conservatives are now comparing this, where no one got hurt, mind you, they're comparing it to the insurrection. It's the same thing. The Democrat leaders.
Okay, well, if politics ain't the way to go about stuff, once again, you shouldn't trust them. If there's going to be politicians that beat around the bush, if there's going to be politicians that think their plans, that you think their plans are so bad for protection, if there are going to be politicians that, like, shut down protests, regardless of how legitimate or illegitimate they are, and I find this protest very legitimate because you want to take away, or at least you want to neuter people's ability to protect themselves. They're obviously barking at the wrong tree. If politicians want to do all that shit and more, once again, why do you still think they should be the only ones with the weapons? That they should be the only ones protecting themselves? I don't understand.
Who actually stood there and joined in the protest, they're getting in a lot of trouble right now. The Tennessee GOP is currently going to expel Johnson, Jones, and Pearson. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. I'm editing Jacqueline now, and looks like part of that did happen. It's always interesting to me when I'm editing things like this, and I get these crazy updates. So the GOP did expel Democratic Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson. Gloria, however, remains. The House failed by 1 vote to achieve the 2/3 majority needed to expel Gloria Johnson. It's scary that they can manipulate the system like this. Like, expulsions are a huge thing. We've only had 2 since the Civil War, and one was for sexual misconduct, and the other one was because someone took a $1,000 bribe. Justin Jones actually gave a really good speech about all the people that are currently even still serving and all of the horrific things they've done, and obviously not faced expulsion. Republicans.
Okay, once again, don't trust government. Can't self-regulate itself, checks and balances, separation of powers, it don't work.
Removed 2 of the youngest black lawmakers from the General Assembly, further reducing an already small minority caucus. It seems they could be
Okay, well, it doesn't matter the demographics it doesn't matter the demographics of the politicians. They still want to rule over you, take away your guns, same old, same old. It's not about minority things. It's about, hey, men and women in suits, want to rule your life, not good, you gotta stop them.
Appointed to their seats within days or weeks, which is really good news. I know Biden has spoken out in support of them. I mean, I'm certainly hoping for a good outcome because this is heartbreaking. I mean, a lot of people are going to point it out. The one white woman stayed. You guys leave a comment and let me know if you think that's why or if there's something else going on here.
Okay, quit making it about race, Jacqueline.
I will say, obviously, that's no fault of her own. I have seen her actually facing some backlash over that, which is ridiculous. Justin Jones and Pearson will be the stars within the Democratic Party, and Gen Z voters will be the worst nightmare for the GOP come 2024 as they help preserve our democracy. Had to give this.
Democracy is shit. It's about the tyranny of the mob, the majority. If you don't want, Jacqueline, look, if you don't want people forcing stupid anti-abortion laws on you, or stupid anti-gay laws on you, or stupid book bans and anti-drag laws anti-drag laws on you, then why the hell are you for a democracy where the tyranny of the majority can do that shit? Onto you.
This update, I'm really upset about it. It's honestly very scary to me, especially living in Tennessee. I don't want to lose Democrats. There's not enough of them as it is, so.
There's too many politicians, period. We shouldn't have any politicians. Democrats, I find even worse than Republicans. Because at least Republicans want the Second Amendment-ish, whereas Democrats just want it scratched away. So, yeah, let's just not have rulers, period, if we truly want freedom, people.
I'm gonna go back to my edit from before. Sorry to bring in more bad news. They did knowingly and intentionally bring disorder and dishonor to the House of Representatives through their individual and collective actions. 3 people thought, you know what? I'm gonna stand with these kids that are protesting for their own safety. These children who do not feel safe going to our public schools, we're gonna stand with them and protest. Now they might get expelled. That's our government. I'm just disgusted. I'm disgusted with the conservative mindset around these types of things. I'm just disgusted. Overall. You know what? I bet banning drag queens could fix this. Anyway, I'm very frustrated, as you can see.
I'm disgusted with ignorant people such as you that don't really care about protection, at least not in a logical sense, that want to take away a really great tool for protecting other people, ourselves, and you want to vilify some Republicans for it, or some conservatives for it. Come on. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
See, I'm emotional over a lot of these things. I'm trying to keep certain things light. I mean, not Joe Biden light. I'm not going to talk about ice cream, for God's sakes.
I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream.
But who knows, with the rise of depression after all this shit, maybe ice cream sales will go up. America. So like this video if you agreed with anything I had to say. If you disagreed with something, please leave a comment below and let me know. And if you agreed, also leave a comment and let me know, because I feel like sometimes people who are angry have the loudest voices, and then I get a misrepresentation of how people actually feel in my comments, and I genuinely am curious. Do you all hate me? I don't know. We'll find out. And you know, as for everything else, just stay safe. Man, this is a crazy, shitty world, and I just hope—
Well, you heard it yourself, people. Jacqueline Glenn says stay safe, so stay armed if you can. That's what you meant, right, Jacqueline? Right?
hope that we can all
She doesn't really mean that.
work together to make it better. As hippie as that may sound, I have to have hope. I'm gonna end my rant, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, Jacqueline. Good old Jacqueline. She's obviously pretty delusional fruitcake, to be honest. About guns, freedom, government. I do kind of feel sorry for her. I just wish she'd educate herself so she can be on the side of freedom. Not the conservative side, not the Republican side, not that shit, just like anarcho-capitalism or just pure freedom. You know, whatever, freedom. No Democrats, no Republicans, no politicians, just no libertarians, even just freedom. That's what's going to keep people safe. You know, being able to protect yourself at a moment's notice, that's what keeps people safe. Not laws, not gun control, just being able to act in a moment's notice to keep yourself safe. And that includes deadly force, and that includes deadly force with a gun. So yeah, Jacqueline Glenn, pretty out there, doesn't get it, yeah. Anyways, bye.